Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Peasant Chat. We talk to poor people every Sunday. It's called Peasant Chat because I used to not have super chats on so that we could talk to poor people. Then it got popular to the point where I had to enable super chats again because the questions were ridiculously retarded. Today I'm going to talk about the F150, kind of a old subject matter, but driving the UPR's 25 F150 that I have right now is an interesting experience because we talked about the pros and cons of owning a $70,000 truck that has a bunch of doodads, but generally it still drives like a Gen 3 F-150. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people that get distracted over the options and features of the truck, I think take away from the driving experience. So yesterday it was hot. It was 95 plus. So I tried to do some testing early in the morning, and it was difficult to do some back-to-back testing because by the time you make a hit or something, and then you go make a change or add octane booster or whatever, then it gets hot. So then the changes and the differences in performance that you tried to record are not good back-to-back data. But one thing did happen that was very interesting. So the truck, I'm sure, had decent fuel in it. It has over 1,300 miles, so I'm sure the UPR has put some good fuel in it or whatever. But when I went wide open throttle, it through a check engine light, and it had a misfire code, and I caught that on video. So that video will more than likely air tonight at about maybe 6 p.m. I'll make it live. We'll do a premiere. We'll hang out. We'll talk about it. And I couldn't really do much testing after that. I did install the PMAS cold air intake later on. I tried to make video, but by the time that I went out to test, it was, 100. It was pretty crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just chill out, take it to Lund Racing, figure out anything, maybe change the spark plug, see if the misfire issue goes away. But it did remind me really quickly that this truck is the same truck except for a little bit better shifting in 2018, but it is still the best performance vehicle you can buy, believe it or not, with Ford. Like, what is the best performance vehicle that you can buy right from Ford? And it's more than likely going to be a Mustang that is literally a Gen 3 Mustang with a different nose, or an F-150 that's more versatile. And if you have $50,000 to $70,000 burning a hole in your pocket, you're probably better off buying an F-150. It'll take you further. You can do more things with it and all that stuff. Also, an old article popped up and is being rehashed on some of the social media like Instagram and Facebook, where Z06 owners are given the opportunity to build the engine that their car has via some program that we'll talk about. And a lot of people are out there trying to make fun of Z06 owners and stuff like that. Guys, Shelby owners would absolutely do the exact same thing. We'll talk about that and many more things, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly tells us to do it live. Interesting. Hold on. I don't see it going. So let me see if I can go to Yeti Nano. And let's see if now we can do it. There it is.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
It does suck. But you know what does not suck? PMAS. I ended up installing an F150 kit on PMAS. An F150 kit from PMAS. Nick James ended up shipping me a PMAS kit for the F150, and it is the same part number for 2015 all the way to 2025. So if you have an F-150 with a Coyote that's named after 2015, it's the same part number. DNAPperformance.com, you get the PMAS folder and there. If you don't see something on their website, guys, just email them. They're going to find it for you. Hashtag YDBT at checkout on DNAP Performance. You're going to get a discount. Same thing at PMAS. Partsfarm.com. Again, hashtag YDBT at checkout. You get a discount. Any used part, crank a pallet, freaking molding, a wheel, a rear end. I mean, anything. Check them out. Partsfarm.com. Florida Solution, and become the preeminent engine builder for Coyote in Puerto Rico. A lot of the fast-ass guys are using these motors, and it's nice to see them branching out and being like a complete one-stop shop to be able to make your Mustang or the model car perform the best they can over in Puerto Rico. And Bellac Industry, fast boats, drug dealer wheels, Bellac Industry. That should be the what do you call it? The motto, like fast boats and drug dealer wheels are the way to go. Also, richprince.com. What the hell happened here? Oh, this looks weird. Wow, merchant. Well, this is odd. I clicked on Rich Prince, and this thing came up. I don't know if that's always been that way, but I was just like, what the hell? So richprince.com. If you want to support this show and you want to, have something to show your support, you can get your YDBT hat, Amory hat. They're curved. These are mesh style YDBT and Amory hats. These are curved Dolo hats, a YDBT flat brim, a YDBT Amory, Section 8 hoodie, Hush Money long and short, Hush Money hoodie, and yes, we have another new shirt. I mean, telling you, Rich Prince gets after it. So richprince.com/YDBT has now a twin turbocharged ZR50 shirt with the factory colors and the 5-liter engine sticking through the hood with the logo. This is absolutely badass. I think they're doing a great job just kind of like keeping up with the show, keeping up with the times, capitalizing on the right thing. So get your ZR50 shirt for pre-sale. We got Booty Juice. What the hell have we created here? We got a Booty Juice shirt. Check that out. We also have Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3 Coyote Save the Manual shirt in many different colors. We have GT350 Save the Manual shirts. We have 85 to 86 GT and LS. No, sorry, just GT. Save the Manual shirt. 87 to 93 Aero AM. LX and GT, 1320 Didios, F1320, YDBT in vertical, YDBT short sleeve. Wow, pretty crazy. I'm gonna buy myself one of those ZR50 shirts. I think that can be a thing. It's weird how it's triggered so many people. I'll be honest, I'm kind of blown away that post. You can't sell anything on that post. And you can't promote anything on that post. All you can do is enjoy. So let's say hi to the people here and we'll get after it. Nick, B. Lavesh, Money 40, Frank Donahue, Z33, Camzilla, 5.0, Clint Stroke, Clean 93 GT, Oscar Hernandez, Dirty Mike Performance. What the hell is that? Joe Swish, Hassan, Rich 50, Joshua Judd, Yusuf, Coyote Kelly, Copperhead Gasket, which is funny because Copperhead Gasket was like a joke that we said way back when about high performance Coyotes having a Copperhead Gasket. And people are like, no, it's got MLS and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Senior's car has a Copperhead Gasket. John Bonanno, NDLE, JD Swag, Mark Christensen, Mike Oliver, Minibat Madman, Sam Morales, Minibat Madman, John Jones, Jeremy Smith, John Jones, The Wolf, Craig Walls, Bill at Noonan. Are you racing your notch at all? Or have you come to the same realization I've come to that it's over, Johnny? Do I? Oh, please, Alex, please tell me it's over is here. Do you have it's over pockets, Mexican, not that guy, diarrhea, too high power, not to this day, Diddy, 4 doors, more horror, slurping, do a live, Wingster, man screaming, deleter, shitster, 2 shits.
I wish I was alive when the.
No, okay, that's abortion, eating, lightning, fuck you, stun. I'm just looking to go fuck yourself. I do not have. Wow, Alex, I cannot believe you took that up. F150, RCSB, big guns. If it's a 10 already, you're non-drive motherfucker. 2JZ, Foxbody. Delaney Life says, what's up? From Canada, WKRP Cincinnati's in the house. AJ, EPA, Joe Swish, Peter Chow. Come on, Chow. Nathan, Peter Chow, Euro Trips and Rides. Greg Fitch, MG1 PCM. Big Block Top, D-Rock Fox. Khalid Subawi. How do you pronounce that? Khalid Subawi, Joshua, John B, Seaper, Andrew Redbird, more people than all the usual suspects. Okay, so I'm driving this F150, and I'm out there doing my thing. And Head Games, what's up, Head Games? Man, what's up, brother? We need to get you. I need to send this to the heads over there, but I'd like to see the difference. We talked about, potentially working together, but I'm kind of like at the point of just building the motor NA for now on the Fairmont, just to get it running, to have like a mod 6 box, not to complicate my life with turbo stuff, just to see what it can do, to vet the process, to see if the piston that I installed in the thing flies off the bitch. So I think I'm gonna just keep it at NA because everything else is gonna be either supercharged or something wonky. So I'm driving this thing, and I couldn't imagine if I bought a $70,000 truck that is just ridiculous, and they end up misfiring at wide open throttle. And the last thing you want to do is have a car with a check engine light. I bet you right now that the owner got a notification on his phone and goes, there's a misfire event. Why did the Ford Pass app, Alex is driving my truck and it's misfiring? The good thing is I caught it on video. I caught the misfire on video. Stock tune, went watt. When I did the 2-3 shift, it just flashed. I said, this is a misfire event. I was data logging, looked at it, and I'm just like, unfortunately, I wasn't able to log what I needed to log, so I grabbed a trusty old N-Gauge, and I end up verifying that it's not knocking, it's not doing anything weird. So got to figure that out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the truck up to Lund Racing. I'm going to bring the Corvette too, so we can start getting turbo kit stuff on it. And we'll see how it tows, give you like a long-term kind of like review. I'm going to long dick that content a little bit too, just to give you a sense of what the best performance bang for your buck is on Ford stuff. And I've told you guys that the F-150 is just basically a fast station wagon. You can basically build this thing to go probably 11s and high 10s pretty easily, even in Super Crew form. You're probably 14 PSI away from running 10s in such a big truck. If it's an RCSB, all you need is 11 PSI, and it'll probably run into the 11s easily on pump gas, even with a Whipple tune or a Magnuson or a Roush tune. I want to see if Magnuson starts offering F-150 kits with a slightly upward facing throttle body so that it mates to the cold air, because I think there is a future in making specific kits for the F-150 as opposed to configuring things, because more of them sell. But obviously they'll use me to push the product, and I always said, hey, yeah. So even if I have to potentially buy an F-150, I'd buy like a 21 to 23 if it was me. Like, I'm not afraid of the belt. I'm not afraid of the oil pump belt. I'm not afraid of any of those things. I like the MG computer. According to Junior, the 24 and up F-150 tunes kind of the same with the nomenclature. And he basically was able to take a lot of the changes he made with the 21 to 23 and add it to 24. He has Brian Luna on it. He has the Coyote House twin turbo. He's out there. If you follow the Coyote House, he has a twin turbo F-150 24 and up, and it's just rolling the fuck out. That guy, for whatever reason, has just F-150s lined up. So that tells me that the tide is turning away from Mustang for performance vehicles, and a lot of people from different platforms that need a truck would rather just buy a truck to make it fast. And you ask AI simple things, and it like simple prompts, and it just spits out really badass looking F-150s with wide body kits, fender flares, properly spaced wheels, and you're like, okay, this is the performance vehicle of the future that Ford needs to hang their head on. And it seems like they're doing so. They're definitely catering towards the people that want to modify their F-150. They're working with aftermarket people. Roush. The problem with Roush is that Roush's blower in factory form and the factory tune is very underwhelming. They, for whatever reason, are sticking to that blower on top situation. I think they should really, really take that launch edition blower that Magnuson has and turn the snout up a little bit so that it meets the cold air. Honestly, the PMAS cold air needs to have a slightly bigger inlet, but the NA cold air would probably work extremely well with that situation, because it's 120 millimeter kind of oval, and I think it'll flow enough to make good power. It's got a nice filter, uses the factory air box. It's actually configured really nicely. I have video on that too. I made 3 videos yesterday. I worked from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then I was just wiped out. Then at night, went to Miami, met some chick. Good time. Wow, got back at 3 in the morning. I slept 4 hours, and here I am. So also, I guess Z06 owners, this is an old article, but it's starting to get rehashed all over the place. Apparently, Z06 owners, first of all, they're probably regretting this purchase. This purchase is now probably not as good as an E-Ray. You're seeing that the E-Ray is quicker, 0 to 60. It's quicker in the quarter mile. Probably not cooler sounding. Flat plane crank. But old article from September 12th says, apart from the looks, the main highlight of the Z06 lies in what resides behind the seats, specifically GM's new 5.5-liter LT6 flat-plane crankshaft, dual overhead cam, all-aluminum V8 engine. Buyers of the Chevy Corvette will have a very personal touch on this part of the sports car, though. In an announcement during the 28th anniversary celebration of the National Corvette Museum, Corvette Assembly Plant Director Kai Spand announced that customers will be able to build their own engines. The said offer will begin in quarter 2 2023 and will be exclusively offered for the LT6 engine. The BYOE, Build Your Own Engine service, will be done in the Performance Building Center inside the Corvette Assembly Plant in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and those who will avail of the service will assemble their own engines under the supervision of a master engine builder. Now, a lot of people on the comment section of some of those posts are just like, oh, what a gay guy. What New Balance. Gay guy. Well, I'm telling you, Shelby guys would do the exact same thing. How many of you know or have seen a Shelby guy look at the name that is on his motor, like a Trinity guy, and he's like, bro, Mark Stanton, just did a phenomenal job with Beatrice. Naming your car a woman's name. Beatrice is running so good because of Mark Stanton's handiwork. You know what? I wonder if I can find him on Facebook and friend request him. It goes on Facebook. Yeah. Oh, engine builder at the Romeo assembly plant. Is this the... Types him. Add friend. Is this the Mark Stanton? Yeah, who are you? I just got to tell you, Beatrice has won multiple shows, and I think it's because of your handiwork. It just runs like a top. I went to the Big Y car show, and I won 3rd place overall. What's Big Y? It's a supermarket. Don't worry about it. But and then I went to the Cars and Coffee, whatever, Topeka, Kansas. I went to the Topeka, Kansas Cars and Coffee, and I got 5th in show. But there was some stiff competition. I tell you, there was some really stiff. There was an Eleanor there. Okay. What do you mean, okay? It's an Eleanor. You know what Eleanor is? And then you find out he lives near you. Like the Shelby guy's like, oh my God. Hey, you're actually really close by. I just want to buy you dinner, man. I just want to buy you dinner because you've done such a great job with the motor on Beatrice. Mark's like, I could use a free meal, and show up to dinner. I'm setting such a weird scene. Mark, oh my God. Oh, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for you, I'm just in love with, like, what? Wow. Your handiwork and the way the car just starts and does not make sounds like a sewing machine. Just mechanically perfect. And what can I do to thank you? Not like you received a check from Ford to hey, thanks for doing your job, dickhead. Oh, nothing, man. This is plenty. No, I just don't know where I'd be without Beatrice right now after my wife left me. That's all I have. Beatrice. Lost the kids, lost the wife, lost my job, but I got Beatrice and the 2nd place trophy at Big Y. Yeah, no, we're good, man. It's getting kind of weird. No, it's not weird. It's I just really think you're great. Do you mind if I do something for you? Like what? I don't know. Not money, but just to show a token of my appreciation, Mark. Because the trinity of my Beatrice is just wonderful. So yeah, it can get weird. So I've seen this weird obsession of trying to be a part of your car build process. And, I'd love to put the cam cap in. And then that's what fails. I cannot imagine if, like, the part that you fucked with actually breaks. I have Beatrice and you, Mark. That's all I have in this world. Beatrice and you. You know what? We're at dinner. There's not a lot of people in this restaurant. You want me to just rub your cock, like, under the table? Just rub your cock under the table or something? No, it's gay. Well, no, look, it's not gay if neither of us get hard, okay? So if neither of us get hard, we must make a pact. We must make a deal that neither of us get hard. It's not gay. But I don't have anything to give you except pleasure, just like you given me pleasure through Beatrice. Shelby guys are exactly the same guy. So before you Shelby guys or anyone else starts making fun of Corvette owners that want to put their cam cap on or their camshaft or hang a chain or two on their dual overhead cam motor, understand I have met Shelby guys that literally, like, what do you call that thing when you put like a piece of paper over the plate and then you like hit it with a pencil and it kind of leaves an imprint? I've seen that. I've seen people like Mark, and then, I guarantee there are people that go to car shows, they go, oh, who built this engine? And then they look for names in engine plates. Oh my God. If there are people out there that go, we're fans of Mark. Mark has built Beatrice, LaFonda's, Jenny, and all these other cars' engines, and none of them have issues. Stay away from Steve, though. Every Steve on the placard has fucked up the motor. Stupid. So don't make fun of Corvette guys when Shelby guys are exactly the same. What's up, Alex? I watched it live later. Rooster, thank you so much. Token of my appreciation. Are both previous gen current Mustang all aluminum body panels? Read the room. Good morning, Alex. Did you see that video someone put up with the first with a whatever? Who gives a fuck? It's a ESS with a Y pipe. That's the same kit with a Y pipe. There is nothing. There is no there. 11 pounds on 720 is about right, depending on the tuner tunes it. If tuners are shoving 20 degrees of spark advance on pump gas, vaya con Dios. There's probably one guy out there you're talking about. The wild world in the mind of Alex. You think they'll tell everyone I built this? Right. Hey guys, one of one Corvette, yellow. If you own a yellow Corvette, it's the last one on the lot. Nobody opts for a yellow Corvette. You want to be the biggest douchebag on the planet, or a yellow Cobra. Like, if you have a yellow car, not only are you a fucking retard, you have the least valuable car of that platform. It's yellow. If you were to put a black, red, orange, or blue, or yellow performance vehicle on a lot, the yellow one is the last one. It's the last one. Oh, I guess I'll take the yellow Z06 looking like Big Bird looking ass. I thought this was a racing channel, brother, says Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, how's hell? It's weird how people are now coming out against Hulk Hogan. It's not weird. I mean, he did say some racist shit, but who hasn't? Steve messed up a few builds I had, brother. Nobody worse than Mopar guys and their matching numbers NOS shit. Now, this is even weirder. Dodge Official has started releasing, and I don't know who's running their social media department, but they're leaning into some of the silliness. Marriage is scary because what if you have to love them more than you love your Hellcat? More than you love your Hellcat.
Cause I'm trifling, 40 Glock on my nightstand. Roll up his backwood before he put that pipe in. Bitch, I'm busting jugs in the Hellcat.
Marriage is scary because what if they don't want a one bed, one bath with an 18-car garage? Dodge Official. Marriage is scary. What if they don't like street takeovers? What in the fuck are you talking about? Marriage is scary because what if they don't get along with the squad? So they're leaning into it. And remember what I said on the Street Alpha podcast? That you need to lean into your customer base. And he made kind of fun of the fact that I said pop culture. Pop culture is the proper word to use for that. Pop culture is not rap. Pop culture is popular culture. Popular culture is rap, hip hop, basketball, starry commercials, right? And they're leaning into that. Leaning into that stuff. Is that what they should be doing? Well, if focus groups and internal memos say, black people love this fucking car. It's hood rats and black people, not saying they're one and the same, love this car. There's a video out there of a guy who I'm like blown away. He either is the best troll on the planet or oblivious. He's always in a Hellcat something, probably Charger, makes sense. It has the most gaudy interior you've ever seen in your life, like greenish, it's orange, it's weird. And he's always racing somebody and slapping the shifter as if he's doing something. Okay, here we go. We're going to race some bitch. Oh, man, get out. And he always jumps. And slaps the shifter. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here. And in some of the videos, you see the car creeping up. And then he cuts off the video. Or he lets off the gas. Right? He's like, I got him. No, that guy was reeling you the fuck in. You understand how much more power a car needs to make for you to jump and for them to reel you in? For them to reel you in is diabolical. For you to like play it off as if you beat him. I'm like, oh no, we saw that guy just straight about to rip your shit. Pretty crazy. Oh yeah, I hate that guy. That guy is just like the worst. The Street Takeover one is crazy. The Street Takeover one is is irresponsible. This one right here is basically saying, we know you do hood rat shit, so we're going to lean into that culture. Now, if there are internal memos that say, yeah, motherfuckers love that shit, and you know they point the red dots at people, and they're getting run the fuck over and all that stuff. Yeah, lean into the culture and see how it goes. Why hasn't Ford blessed us with a drifting F-150 edition? Sales are sales, Alex. My African ceiling bird has been going off all morning. Brother, I can't do it. I talked way too much yesterday trying to get some puss. It was just almost too much work, but, you know, alas. The orange one is a Challenger. Hellcat YN shenanigans start with Mopar Power Dodge. Stellantis is struggling for money right now, and I think they had their worst quarter ever. Ford is down 8% year over year. Ford is also down 8% year over year. And a lot of people say the weirdest shit on these posts. Well, the economy is bad right now. The economy is bad? So how was the economy from 21 to 24? Tell me that. Tell me how the economy was from 2021 to 2024 as compared to the 6 months of the Trump administration. It is skyrocketing in comparison. So please stop saying stupid stuff like, oh, things are really bad right now. Things have been bad for 4 fucking years. Okay? So if a company year over year is doing worse during the during the Trump administration than the Biden administration, that tells you the product sucks. Because everything is up. All the metrics you can think of are up. Tattoo parlors and nail salons need to be combined with Dodge dealerships. That's very good. Can you get like your hair did at a Dodge dealership, and your feet and your nails, your toes, and always takes a hit. Always takes a hit. Can someone tell me who the fuck that guy is? Speaking of Dodge, guess whose motor's coming apart? Just you? I don't get it. I know exactly who you're talking about. He gets gapped sometimes. If you buy if you buy a new Charger, brother, you're one of the darker customers. Do they give you a pack of batteries, brother? I absolutely love this chat because you guys make the jokes. I just read them. I'm the delivery mechanism, and that was Hulk Hogan saying that. You guys make the show. Dodge is so real for that. I mean, look, if there are internal memos that are saying, look, I don't understand how Ford was like, yeah, we totally would love herpy-lipped drifters to buy $60,000 cars that you can't tune for 2 years. Whoa, what? Don't worry, we're going to offer them an RTR. Oh, yeah, well, who's going to promote that? Nobody cares about Ken Block anymore. Okay, is it Ken Block? Holy shit. What's up, man? Bring him back from the dead. Bring Ken Block. I mean, they're doing it with Paul Walker. CGI Ken Block in one of these cars. The legacy of Ken Block. Crashing into shit, losing a race. His legacy is Gymkhana and farted on shoes. That's it. I'm waiting for them to post the slide on the ops one. Right. Can we do that? Okay, let me go to Grok. Marriage is scary. Okay, let's go to x.com. Show me. Okay, let's do it together because Dodge is probably using Grok for this. So show me a photo of a Dodge Charger with men wearing ski masks. Ski masks are shooting from inside of the car as the car is doing donuts. What a prompt, Grok. Go. And I didn't say black, Mexican, or white, because if I said black, it'd be like, well, that's racist. I'm like, but accurate. Wait a minute, you used the classic Charger? No, okay. Make the Charger a 2020 model. Fuck. Let me see. I love this shit. I'd sit here for hours just prompting it to say do stupid stuff. Yeah, Let me see. Oh, God damn it. There we go. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is okay. This is acceptable. This is more men. Okay. So why is it doing donuts? Okay. Put the car in a street takeover style event. Okay. Let's see what happens if it obliges. Let me see what you guys are saying about this. Okay. Put you over here on the chat. Let me go. Didn't know Hellcats takeovers are stolen. There we go. There we go. See? Brother. There we go. This is so accurate, except the charge is old. This is just so accurate. Good job, Grok. See, Grok is good. That's what AI is good for. You understand? That's the only thing AI is good for. You know, like setting a scene. It's not good for anything else. I wouldn't use AI for literally anything else. So yeah, if Dodge leans into that culture, I think they'll do okay. It's pretty crazy. Brother, those Docker ops of mine won't know what to do at a street takeover when Hulkamania revolves on them, brother. Yeah, we need to step it up. We need to be a little edgier, Hulk Hogan. Just turn up the notch a little bit, you know. But you need to fly close to the sun, but not get burned. So, you know, come on, let's work on it. You can Google this stuff. They should sell their Hellcats with a couple of Glock with switches and serial numbers filed off. It's not the economy, it's the choice of vehicle. Don't they know Hellcats takeovers are stolen? They need a nail salon for the cosign. Okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. See? Amir Zahir, I'm sorry, Alfredo Diaz is flying extremely close to the sun. So, but kudos to them if they're, now imagine you're a brother and you're looking at that and it says marriage is scary, what if she doesn't like streetcar takeovers? You have to take accountability for the reason that's being said. You got to go, yeah, a lot of stupid motherfuckers do that stuff, but I get it because it's not explicitly saying black people or young YNs or whatever you want to call them, where they're like, these people go to takeovers and do dumb shit. Because I see many Mexicans at streetcar takeovers. I see many white guys that have their pants drooping down to their knees. It's not a color, it's a culture. And that's the thing. That's why I said to Tukes, it's pop culture. It's not racism or race style marketing. It is cultural. I've seen many girls, pretty girls, really pretty girls at takeovers flying when they get smashed with the BMW quarter panel. And oh, everyone at the same time goes, oh, and then they pick her up and they're like, you good? Yeah, oh my God, that was wild last night. Weird. Ken Block appears in chat soon. Exactly. They still signed Carol Shelby on the dash. Brother, I'm about to run wild. Rock went bullet era there. Looks like a scene of four brothers. Wow, they even have shiesties. Alex, you still remember me? Says Ken Block in the house. What's up, man? You know, CGI Ken Block is probably the next thing that RTR, because what's the guy's name that, I don't know why that guy didn't gain as much popularity as Ken Block per se. Ken Block was more of a cultural icon with the Gymkhana stuff, which I thought was just mega douche chill stuff. But some people loved it. Some people loved the 17 takes. Look, there are people on this planet that saw the Gymkhana stuff and they go, wow, that guy's so talented to do that all in one take. Do that all in one take. He went through 6 cars and 80 pairs of tires doing that slide. You know, you think that guy took off, did all of that in one take? Do you not notice on the ground there are previous tire marks and donut marks from him doing or trying to do that same drift perfectly? No. They basically do a trick, film the car going through under a bridge, and then stop. Okay, now we're going to do 2 donuts, come to a stop, and then do donuts around this guy with the camera, and then you do it 3 or 4 times. And it's a take, and then you edit it all together. There are people. Look, one of the worst experiences I ever had in my life was SEMA 2017 or 2016. and and I was at the Ford booth with fucking Track Attack trying to make Chinese people not scratch the paint. You know how hard it is to keep Chinese people off of paint? I don't know what the hell is with Chinese people or Asian, whatever. They're like, oh, is this a woman? A woman is a sticker? I think this is a sticker. And then they scratch, they dig their nail, you know, the woman painted on the side of Track Attack to try to see if it's a sticker. And they go, oh, I think this is a painter. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. Hey, Lynn. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I'm just trying to find out if this is a sticker. So stupid. Anyway, they played the Gymkhana clip 40 times. Loud as hell. Oh, it was awful. It was punishment. Like, if you want to punish a car guy, have him watch Gymkhana on a 24-hour loop. He will off himself. Saying hi, coming in late, leaving a like, catch you begin later. Joseph Vermont, do you want to abandon your kid? Wait, what's it say? Where is it? Marriage is scary. You have to have a kid and take care of it. I'd love that. Hulk needs to go full Martha Stewart. I found out my daughter was getting railed by brothers, and that isn't real, my brother. Wait, I found out my daughter was getting railed out by brothers that aren't my real brothers, brother. What? Hulk Hogan. Brooke, right? That's her name. She is fucking hot. My boyfriend. His name's Steve. Brooke, oh no, she's not good looking. She did not age well. Oh no. Brooke Hogan did not age well. Brooke Hogan grateful she told Hulk, I love you in the last conversation. Brooke Hogan named daughter after late father Hulk. Why would you name your daughter Hulk? Hi, what's your name? Hulk. The new Dodge promotion for the upcoming Hellcat. 0 down, 180 a month, financing, 42 APR, and they throw in a free EBT. Wow, that's it. You just went full racism. Like, no joke, full racism. Most of my youngest Hulkamania fans are YNs, brother, and I'm cool with the... He's trying. He's doing good. Remember, my darker brothers, my vitamins won't help you. What? Stop. Okay. Poor Hulk Hogan. Oh, man. I mean, rich Hulk Hogan. Apparently, they're fighting over his estate. They need to make the paint thicker. Vaughn seems to be more normal, and that is a good thing. And that's why the brand doesn't do that well. Right? Vaughn Gittin. I'm sorry, Vaughn. I don't purposely go out of my way to forget your name. I don't think you're a bad guy. I think, if anything, you're one of the nicer guys in the industry. But people need some pizzazz behind stuff. And, you know, the vanilla stuff sells to vanilla audience. And you're like, he's not that exciting. That's why they got T-Pain. Fuck, could you imagine? But Alex, it's still real to me, damn it. Vaughn Jr. is not as retarded as I was. He couldn't feel my shoes or fart in them. Like, fart on your shoes. Who is farting on the shoes now? You're telling me I'm buying Ken Block shoes and he's not for who? It's like buying a 2022 Shelby GT500 with a Carroll Shelby signature on the dash. Who signed that? Who is farting on the shoes? Let me see. Does Ken Block still sell shoes? Does Ken Block still sell shoes? I don't know what the fuck happens in my head. No! Ken Block does not sell shoes anymore. While he co-founded DC Shoes, he sold his ownership to the company in 2004. After selling DC Shoes, he focused on Hoonigan Industries, an apparel brand for auto enthusiasts. He passed away in 2023. So, Hoonigan Industry Shoes? Hoonigan. And that's dying, right? Shoes. $64. Let me see what these shoes look like. Yeah. Oh, see, this is what I'll always know Ken Block for. So like I ended up putting some, so I was like, how do I come up with this design? So like I bent over a canvas and I dribbled white paint down my asshole on a black shoe. And that's the design that came out. Just farted on shoes. And I just, with a Sharpie, put number 43 and I was for sale. And people bought it. Like, do you understand that this is from my asshole? Yes, I absolutely can tell that was how it was designed. People are goofy. I don't know. She-Hulk. Lynn, it's Lee. We need the Oriental music when you do that accent. Ling Ling, this is a sticker. No, it's paid. Impossible. This dude, didn't they keep touching the Grey Goose hood as well? Blue Goose. The Blue Goose was in the PRI booth. Wait, Grey Goose. In the PRI booth. And people are like, people love to scratch carbon fiber to see if it's real carbon fiber. It's weird. It's this weird tick that people have. S650 viewer says, is it normal to hear surging coming from the oil catch can? Passenger side oil catch can? Probably not. You need to... What? Normal to hear surging. Totally normal, man. Like, what does it sound like? You know? What does it sound like? What's surging sound like? To be fair, Brooke did not age gracefully either. Apple Tree Brooks did not age. Brooks? Who's Brooks? Oh, Brooke. But what do you mean? She was like smoking hot when she was like 20. And like, you would have thought that she would have gotten slimmer and maybe like, no, she looked more like a cat lady. You know, Brooke's mom. Thank you. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. 25 Nabby Boy edition by T-Pain. Who's farting on these shoes now? David Patterson. Who was the company that got raided because they essentially printed schematics for the Switch on their business card? Yeah, I don't know. We're talking gun stuff. Frank Nunez. You're right. So Ford's popular branding is a guy with a wig, literally. Frank Nunez, shout out to you. Maybe you went to Turkey and you got real hair. Who knows? Guys that go to Turkey to get hair after they've been bald for years, like this is me. This is who I am. This is me. Okay, and I've been like this since I was 21 or 20. Like I just said, okay, I see it start to recede. Just shave it, Alex. Don't try to like hang on to that last thread. Just get it out of there, and people get used to you. But people that go to Turkey and get their shit done, I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. I took my farts with me. Larry Chen shoes, Hunter Biden shoes. Those look like wife beater shoes, right? So Ford's marketing is kind of in limbo. And I think Dodge is like, we're going to lean into the culture. We're going to have fun with it. We're probably going to link up with Starry or Sprite and, you know, do what we got to do to sell product. You guys laugh, but I guarantee if you're watching, one of these days this is going to happen. It's going to click. You're going to be watching a basketball game, which not many of us do anymore. I only watch some playoff stuff. And, you know, it'll be a Friday night, 8 p.m., prime time, you know, LA versus Boston or, you know, Golden State versus San Antonio, something, you know, high level. And then you're going to hear, and it's a Dodge, you know, doing a, you know, some heavy rap beat. Let me some heavy rap beat. It's sliding on the aisle, and some guy at the takeover is going, man, that guy's sliding on the ops like no one else. Drink a Starry.
I'm BDF, nigga, baby, daddy free. That mean I ain't got a nigga, baby, coming.
Starry and Dodge, a match made in, you know, and you're gonna go, whoa, that's the thing Alex was talking about. Marketing has a hint of truth to it. There is no more truth than people. I was blown away at some of these Starry commercials that I'm just like, are they fucking crazy? Let me go. I'm like, the blatant racism. Starry racist. Right there. Starry racist commercial. Which beverage makes the Becks crack? Okay. Starry commercial. Let me see.
Introducing new Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
They're wearing shiesties. Nothing says cater to your audience like a shiesty wearing lemon. That's breakdancing. Right? Oh. Shh. Whoop. Shh. Yep, there it is. So, you know, the marketing really does matter. Look, shiesty wearing lemon. Like, guys, we talk about it on this chat all the time. Go look up old Disney cartoons. Go ahead. Look up Foghorn Leghorn. Look up Yosemite Sam. Look up old Daffy Duck stuff. Stop it. Sounds like a rattle or someone pulling air through a straw. Bought the S650 with a catch can. All connections look fine. Show me an S650 viewer, because it sounds like to me somebody deleted a check valve and it's sucking through there as opposed to sucking through the cold air. Variable oil pump, and they keep oil apparently at 8 psi. Thoughts on 7.3 issue with oil pressure? I guess he answered that. I went backwards. Probably from that E30 clapped out piston. Is this the Gen 4 compression lower? No, Debra. No, it's not lower compression. It's the same 12-to-1 compression. Power Stroke, it is, I guess. Dodge is going to collab with Planned Parenthood. Wow. Dodge should partner with Swisher Sweets and design a blunt bin in the console. You know, it's bad when the Infographics YouTube channel made a video about how Ford is failing. Okay. Quarter brake, half a brake, whole brake. Hey, Lynn, my go-to is Chen. Dodge is going to petition NASCAR to allow Newport to sponsor again. Did Newport ever sponsor? Jamal Gahole gave me $10. Thank you so much. Dodge is far behind, especially with the new Mustang supercharged option. I think Dodge and Chevy are done for when it comes to muscle cars. We will see. They need to come out with not a Charger, not a Challenger. They need to come out with like a Cuda, like a Barracuda. Small, fast, big motor. See if it sells. If it doesn't sell, then you can kill off the brand. Dodge makes Sorry Charga edition like 7-Up Fox bodies. Play the song out and do the dance. Right, breaking it down. Purple drank. Colored man here. What color are you? Sprite still tastes better than Starry. Starry changed its name because a woman found the copyright, correct? Or found the trademark and stole it. And then Starry had to change it. It was fair. Street Sticker One was wild. Like, let's lean into our cars getting stolen, ragged out, and trash at takeovers. So let me see the comments on that. Let me see Instagram. Let's see about that. So Dodge official. Let's read the comments. Dodge official. 7.7 million followers. Okay. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. The marriage. No. Where's the marriage stuff? No. Where? Dodge. How long ago was it? How often do they freaking post? What the hell? No, that's not it. I don't know what the hell happened. I literally thought I had it here. I was trying to read the comments to see if the comments are like, hey, this is racism, or hey, this is stereotyping. But Dodge official apparently is, I don't know what the hell happened, Alex. Well, who cares? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Check valve deleter. Alex, you didn't say twin turbos are the best power adder for the GT350? Well, twin turbo is the best power adder for everything. Are we not? Let's be serious here. But what are you using your car for? Like, if you're going to be one of these guys that lives in an area where there isn't a lot of E85, there isn't a lot of options at the pump for high octane, twin turbo, excuse me, you're going to be stuck at, no higher than 11 psi, depending on the size of turbos and how efficient everything is because of the octane. But an 11 psi twin turbo car is always going to make more power, all things being equal, than a TVS, Whipple, or centrifugal car, right? Because you have free power being exhausted and the turbos take advantage of that free power. The lag and all that stuff can be mitigated by boost control, but at the end of the day, twin turbo, excuse me, is the best power adder for everything, not just a 350. Nothing will ever be growing up in the 80s. It's great. Do you have any experience with the Kraftwerks supercharger? Never heard of it. Sorry, Sean Berkman. You ever hear the story of Sierra Mist went to Starry? Yes, that's Sierra Mist. That's it. You think the block changes will the blockchain will help the S650? What does this comment mean? What does this comment mean? Do you think the block changes will help the S650? Do what? It performs exactly like a Gen 3, except it's a little heavier. Power output is exactly the same. Somebody supposedly took a motor apart and said all the part numbers are the same, except the rods. So maybe they have Predator rods in them, like in a Dark Horse motor or something. I don't see the S650, because you could make 1,000 horsepower. 1,000 horsepower with a 18 to 23 Mustang. You had the right power out or enough fuel. So what's so special about this one if you can make 1,000 horsepower? It's weird. When will Dodge have a single mom ad? Wow. Some of my favorite things I'm seeing out there are the AI stories of like a girl driving an Altima and crashing into like whatever, and she gets out, she goes, dead ass. She always says dead ass. Those are great. Ghost watching, all back of the bus. Great show, says Eric Gregutis. Brother, says Hulk Hogan. What happened to Sierra Mist? Just curious, Alex, says Jimbo Quejo. Have you seen many impeller seals blown on ESS cars? Found some oil in my impeller yesterday. If you're overspinning any centrifugal blower, I'm not going to go in on ESS, okay? ESS did a big faux pas, so I'm not even going to give them too much shine. But let's just say you have any centrifugal. If you're overspinning the slinger, or if you're overspinning the supercharger head unit itself, it's going to build up pressure in the gearbox. And if the vent isn't enough to overcome the built up pressure, it'll eventually cause cavitation or other issues because it's basically a volute and an impeller. That's all it is. So there's a lip seal or some kind of labyrinth seal behind it. If you know what a labyrinth seal is, it's basically this is wonderful. This is just so wonderful. A labyrinth seal is used a lot in industrial applications. So the labyrinth seal seals against the shaft, and on the outside, it seals against the housing. So this is the outside, so it has an O-ring there, but then it seals against the shaft on the other side of it via an O-ring. And this right here allows it to rotate. So you have a stationary housing O-ring mount, then you have a rotating slinger style. So this labyrinth seal acts like the slinger. If you build up enough pressure on the inside, this is where the housing is, it'll blow this O-ring. And this O-ring seals the outer housing, and it might weaken the seal and then make its way into the inner shaft O-ring and then make its way out of the supercharger. So, or whatever it's sealing. But labyrinth seals have been used in industrial applications for about 1,000 years. This is something I see all the time. And show me any other tuner on the fucking planet that is going to talk to you about labyrinth seals. I love when people say I don't know shit. Man, fuck you. I've forgotten more shit than you know. So a labyrinth seal is highly dependent on the housing pressure and the type of seal mechanism you're using. Now, they're not going to get really fancy with the seals. So in my opinion, they're going to have either a cheap version of a labyrinth seal or a double-sided lip seal. Double lip seal. Right? They're either going to have a labyrinth seal or something that does not rotate with the shaft, which is just basically a lip seal. So a lot of double lip seals have basically beveled edges towards the housing and away from the housing. So more than likely, a lot of the supercharger manufacturers are going to use something like this, a very common lip seal. The problem is this area tends to wear the shaft down. That's why labyrinth seals are more commonly used in industrial applications, because there is no wear on the shaft because this part rotates, right, while providing a seal on the shaft. So if you're having a leak on your blower, it's more than likely overcoming the pressure that the seal is designed for and causing oil to get into your impeller. That's it. Good morning. Listening to the river, on the river, about to throw a few casts. Oh, good for you, fishing. People acting like the block is so different on the 12 GT500 block is to the 13 GT500. The car's a weekend car. I've been looking at the Hellhorse twin turbo kits. Yeah, Hellion or Aldo. I've said it on this channel a bazillion times. I don't know why you would look at anything else. Thanks for the extra RPM revision last week. MT82 single turbo S197 running great. Turning it up to go 60 to 130 soon. In the 5s at 9 PSI. Congrats. Yeah, we bumped it up to 8,200. Not so you can rev it to 8,200. So that when you shift, you don't hit the limiter. There is something to be said about that when it comes to bumping the limiter. A lot of people are at 7,500 limiter and they hit it. And they're like, fuck, the car was still pulling. And when I went to shift, I hit the limiter and it fucked me up on the next shift. So I go, okay, we'll bump it up, but shift at 7,500. So that if it flares on a shift based on your foot and clutch activation, it doesn't hit the limiter and your next shift is better. I've never seen so many people call themselves tuners since the S650 Garden locked. It's a joke, whatever that means. Yeah, JT, these fly-by-night tuning companies pop up on a new platform because they think, oh, I'm going to capitalize on this brand. Dude, it's a Mustang, Gen 3, 10R80, Ford. The people that know that platform best have been around tuning that platform since it came out. 2018, 10R80. It's not that much different. It's only different with spark cut, torque reduction, and some of the tables that are laid out are like Ford always lays them out. So these fly-by-night tuners that raise the limiter, add spark, raise the shift point are going to be like, whoa, I'm the best on this platform. Shut the fuck up. Why aren't you the best on Gen 3? Why aren't you the best on Gen 2? Why aren't you the best on Gen 1? Why aren't you the best on swaps? Gen 3, Gen 2, Gen 1. Why aren't you the best on F150? It's just people trying to capitalize. That's all it is. We're talking about Shouts this morning. Trojan has fantastic Labyrinth. ESS is all over Facebook tuners for some reason. Goofy. It is goofy. I just asked because I seen Livernoise talking about the water ports around the piston being like Predator, making a big deal about it. Yeah, they got to do. I've seen motors blow up on S650s at 900 horse. So what does that tell you? Brother, what do you know? But brother, what you don't know is I will run wild on any other tuner. Come on, man. You got to step it up. Lap seals used extensively in aviation. My wife has a double lip seal. New to RT and TDN, has anyone got the no controller red when trying to get a stock file from a car? Yep, you simply uninstall the application, reinstall it, try it 15 times. Welcome. That's how it is. You make me laugh, and I have a Shelby, and I'm just the guy with a fucking Mustang. I don't get why people are so crazy. If you take this show seriously, like if you get hurt about some things I said, I've won. You know? But if you laugh with it, we've won. They should have used the werewolf block. Do I have that? Do I have werewolf? Do I have a wolf? Oh, I could have sworn I added a wolf, a wolf or something. We saw Jelly Beans, Canelo, Danger, E40, Heavy Duty, Alpaca, Diarrhea, Diddy, 956, Not That Guy, Pockets, Sasso, Too High Power, To This Day, Mexican, Deleter, Man Screaming, Diapers, Failhorn, Last V8, Sponsor. Oh. Well, I forgot about that. Shitster, Do It Live, Dodge.
Wait, Dodge was pushing people's shit in? Why didn't anyone let me know? God fucking damn it!
I don't know how I got Carol Shelby to scream that loud. No, I think I just looked it up on YouTube, the werewolf. Do you recommend Whipple on the street application with an MT82 SF50 or go ESS? I would go a TVS. I'm not going to recommend Whipple, and I'm not going to recommend ESS. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're using the car for. Okay? I don't know if you're stuck on pump gas. I don't know what you do with it. For power delivery, nothing beats a TVS. I repeat, nothing beats a TVS. I watched a video on Gen 3 throwing a PCV code. I run the UPR catch can kit, Gen 5 Whipple, and throws code every start. What code does it throw? A PCV code? What the fuck is a PCV code? You mean EVAP? Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Just woke up. Thanks for the E85 tune. Feels great. Just for the comment. Thank you so much. My two companies, NWO Tuning and my other two company brother tuning tuners, be like, the MG1 is badass, brother. I'm like, the MG1 has been around since 2021 on the F150. Stupid. So now people are like, oh, so that means you never fucked with F150. Weird, goofy behavior that's going on out there. But again, if you have the time to sit on Facebook and say how badass you are, you're already losing the game. And some people promote that post. Now introducing this, and it says sponsored right next to it, meaning they paid to push that. It does not show up on my feed. Again, I have unfollowed every single car page there is. There is nothing that shows up on my personal feed except bitches and like racist memes. That might say something about my my algorithm. I have an RTD Plus and I hated using it. I haven't used it in years. I don't know. I'm hoping that LRX support comes out pretty soon, because then you won't have to deal with it anymore. Just LRX shit, nonstop. Make sure you click to write the entire file too and try again. You mean read. He's having trouble reading. Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers. I could say it. Best sponsor music. What year car do you have? Just okay. For power delivery, nothing beats one of my Hulkamaniacs juice drinks. Good morning, Theo. Question. What were the high flow catalytic converters called that are good when making big power? GESI. Now, a lot of people think that because the EPA seems to have loosened up some rules, that all of a sudden you can then blow smoke and roll coal. Not even close. So if you live in an emission state, California, Massachusetts, whatever the fuck, you're going to need a catalytic converter that can take up to the abuse. So let's say your car makes, I don't know, 850 real horsepower. Well, I'm going to want a catalytic converter that flows enough for like 1,000. Know what I mean? And these are custom. Chuck Wazarinsky has been really good about dialing in an emissions legal package. See, Gen 2 Advanced, 6 inches in outer diameter, supports up to 1,200 horse. Gen 2 EPA compliant models for 17 and newer, capable of supporting up to 1,200 horsepower per converter. Custom design S-wound core for improved strength and performance. New coating, high quality stainless, double lock this, eat that, suck this, that. Look at that. So, look, you're going to get to the point that if you live in an emission state, I'll be honest with you guys, if it's not cutting down on flow, this is a great resonator. You know what I mean? Like, the car doesn't stink. Let's say you're stuck on pump gas. So it stinks. And you have off-road exhaust. And you live in an emissions compliant state. But you don't want to lose power. Well, you shove in one of these massive fucking things. And then you want to install Corsa Blow My Dicks. And then all of a sudden you're like, actually, it's a nice resonator. It sounds good. It sounds crisp. It sounds like an adult car. It's not droning inside of your head in the car. So I think a catalytic converter serves a couple of purposes. 1, you become emissions compliant. 2, it doesn't smell. 3, it actually makes the car sound decent with an aggressive exhaust. So again, if you live in an emission state, I live in Florida. I run E85 exclusively on all of my vehicles that can run E85. They are opening. You know what's tough about living here? They are making it hard to move. 1 block away, they're opening a racetrack with E85 pumps. 1 block away. So where else am I going to find a 1-1 with 3 garages? I'm going to get another garage, by the way. There's another one that opened up. I'm going to get it. I'll fucking do it again. And my gym is a quarter mile away. Best restaurants around are less than 10 minutes away. The beach is 10 minutes away. And racetrack gas station is opening up 1 block away. Where the fuck am I going? What, I want to move to the acreage so I can have a 3-2 and have to cut the grass every Saturday? Fuck that. Any advice for swapping out a Gen 1 EcoBoost for a Coyote and F150? Find someone that understands the CAN addresses so that your gauges work properly. Minton, I think, sells a box that you can program that goes from whatever computer you're using to the dash, but you need to know the CAN addresses, like the actual address, so that when you start the car, I think the car starting stuff is key fob is not computer of the engine. I think it's the body control module. But it has to be pads off. Yeah, that's... I get with someone that knows a lot about that program. I fear no tuner or ops. Okay. Alex, what did the TVS 750 you drove in Orlando run? Was it on 93 or 85? It was on MS 109, like 11.6, 11.7. It was a big truck. And it was on 12 PSI, nothing crazy. Every time I tune a car, I rip a shirt in half, brother. Why can't the C8 make 1,000 horsepower on the 93 and Mustang? Why can? Oh, wow, Daybra. Daybra, are you serious? Daybra, what do you know about compression ratio? I'm not going to go in on you. The ZR1 is 9 to 5 or in the 9s compression ratio. The Mustang is 12 to 1 compression ratio. The Corvette ZR1 has twin turbos. Low compression. Bigger displacement. It can make 1,000 on pump gas. That's enough Hulk Hogan to go back to sleep. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why you want 1,000 to the tire, but I will tell you that certain people don't like the D4 transmission. Certain power adders. No power adder likes the D4 transmission, especially a centrifugal. If you have a 18 and up Mustang with a centrifugal manual, you need 14 PSI for that to feel decent. 10 PSI, dog, because of the gear ratio. Now, you have a 17 and under, or let's say 11 to 17 Mustang manual. Oh, yeah, that 373s, that tight gear ratio for the MT82 for 11 to 17, and any power adder will be pretty badass. Test pipe, baby, and swap the cap in for inspection. GESI 5-inch or catalytic converter are the new ZR1 is what the new ZR1s are using, according to Greg Banish. GESI 5-inch are the catalytic converter the new ZR1s are using, according to Greg Banish. Laughing and typing is a struggle. Well, shit. Why not walk everywhere? Had GESI cats with a Magnaflow exhaust on F150, and it sounded amazing. Guys, if you want to muffle, you want to flow, muffle, and tamp down the rasp, a catalytic converter from GESI is probably your best bet, and it doesn't stink. Alice, go and own every garage in a mile radius. Sell it and buy a Coyote. Ignite should sponsor you and get drums of E85 to your garage. No, thank you, because Ignite sponsors chicks that show their asshole and their pussy print on Instagram. I'm good, Ignite. Thank you. I'll buy Ethanol 1R. I don't want any sponsorships from fuel people. Because you want to hear something funny? I don't see any fucking difference. At 1,000 horsepower, caveat, at 1,000 horsepower, I see no difference in performance between Ethanol 1R, Pump E85 that tests at least 80%, Ignite C85, nothing. Now, if you want to have consistency, yeah, you get Ethanol 1R, Ignite, or C85. For $2.30 a gallon, I will go to the pump, test it at E80 at least, and if the other 20% is hot dog water, I don't care. Because I'm only, and I know this sounds crazy, I'm only making 1,000. Now, you're making 2,000? Oh yeah, that is totally different. Because if you have EGT sensors, exhaust gas temperature probes in each primary, you will see the difference across all fuels if you're making 40 PSI. But at 1,000 horsepower, which is 20 PSI or 24 PSI, ain't no thing. It's all good. Drop a like and watch later. Wish we had more 85 gas stations in Central Florida. It's a drive for me, brother. It's everywhere down here. Everywhere. I have 5 in a 20-mile radius. Now there's one a block away. A block away. Bro, it's going to be so badass. Chirp, please charge my battery, says African Ceiling Bird. Lingerie by Ignite. Exactly. Ignite is also goofy. Absolutely. Booty hole and camel prints. Is that the Britney bit? Probably. And she gets all mad. Oh, you know, I'm just a girl out here trying to make it. Then make it. Challenge for you Instagram car girls. Don't show your ass in any video ever. Don't wear tight anything or a bunch of cleavage ever. Do like the guys do it. With your knowledge and your hard work and effort. Can't do it? You're opening a box you got from Frankenstein, and the first thing I see is your ass. We know what's up. If you use those cats, you still get a light? I don't know. Rocco Zioli, but if they, that's a good question. See, I don't know how to adjust, and then you're getting into weird territory about talking about emissions manipulation. There is a predetermined threshold between the front O2 and the rear O2 that if it is surpassed, it will throw a check engine light. So P0420, P0430 codes are catalyst inefficiency system, and the 20 and the 30 tells you which bank it is. So if there is something in the background, the ghost in the machine that says this threshold is this number, and if you could multiply it by 10%, that's technically emissions tampering, right? So and I don't even know where that is. If it is somewhere, I don't want to know. The less I know, the better. So you have to be within the factory spec, because the factory is kind of reliant on certain thresholds. And I think they have to be responsible for the catalytic converter life for like 10 years. So if you install a GESI catalytic converter and it flows so well that the car thinks there's no cat there, it'll throw a P0420, P0430. That's why a lot of you that get an aftermarket catalytic converter, like from American Racing or whatever, get a P0420, 430 code. And then you call American Racing or whoever, or Cooks or Ultimate, and you're like, hey, your catalytic converter, throw a code. So the exhaust manufacturers have no idea. They're like, talk to your tuner. Well, your tuner cannot legally manipulate emissions controls. Correct? Correct. So then everyone is in an unenviable position of trying to fix your issue. So this is what I say. If you, the customer, can raise the differential between the front O2 and the rear O2, typically you won't get a light. How to do that? Oh, use your imagination. But at the end of the day, the front O2 and the rear O2 need to be in a green zone to say, cat's working good. That's all I can say about that. The shell I go to always test E80. Dad says, Alex, I seem to be battling a vacuum leak, and I'm running out of ideas. Fuel trims are 15% on both banks. Long trims are 1.0 at idle. Tuned for the past 3 years. I use a smoke tester and cannot find anything. Dad, if you're Lund tuned, hit us up. I'll look at a data log. Send us a picture of your engine bay. Tell us if you've done any changes to the car at all, whether it's a new cold air, whether you took the cold air apart, whether you changed the filter in the cold air. If it's a JLT, did you smash down the fucking filter real hard and made a Jello T, which is basically you made the shape from a round MAF housing, and by tightening down on the worm clamp too much, you made it oval, effectively changing the MAF curve. So we can work with it. We have no E85 in Toronto. Shit's gay. James and Jay, are you north or south? Only E85 on the Mass Turnpike in Charlton Service Plaza. Indiana sucks for most things, but we do have the E85 at 80. You have E85 at 80% of the gas stations. That when you drive around that part of the world, it is amazing how much corn is grown there, which is also amazing how much heat that area produces. And when you look at the weather map, weather warm map, corn growth USA, there is like a go to YouTube. Weather thermal corn USA map. Weather. Corn sweat is contributing to humidity in Illinois this summer. There is a thermal count. There's like a thermal weather. Damn it, Alex. I can't spell today. Oh my God. This is embarrassing. Will June weather make a... There was... Okay. Basically, the corn grown in that part of the world causes, let's just say, alternate weather events due to the way corn likes hot days and cool nights, I think, or something like that. It likes rain and insanely hot temperatures. So at the end of the day, you're going to see that part of the world that grows a lot of corn suffers from crazy heat in the summer. And I think the corn growth has something to do with it. But that's all to say that it is an amazing sight to be able to drive from Pennsylvania to Indiana and see nothing but corn. It's pretty crazy. And if you're from another country, you're like, what the yeah, corn. And then they've been subsidized, meaning the government pays farmers to grow corn. And then unfortunately, we have so much fucking corn that we need to make everything out of it, like high fructose corn syrup, cow feed, just ridiculous stuff. South Florida sounds so much better than Central. Look. You want to hear my night last night? So let's say you live in Central Florida, right? And you're a single guy, and it's 9:45 p.m. Do you think a girl is willing to meet you somewhere knowing that place is going to be open till 3 or 4 a.m.? Not a lot of places down in Central Florida, hell, and anywhere, are open that late. So I was talking to a girl, and she was like, yeah, you want to meet? I'm like, do you want to meet up? And she's like, where? I'm like, down by you, there's places open all the time. So I looked it up real quick. Dude, close at 3 a.m., close at 4 a.m., close at 2 a.m. And I'm like, you want to meet here? Sure, okay. Fucking midnight, had a steak. Had a steak and fries and, midnight. And we're macking. Then we go over to a little boat launch, do the thing, do stuff. I'm like, hey, want to go to your place? So it's like, I get back and it's 4 a.m. Can't do that. And I took Donnie down there, the car, knowing there will be E85 everywhere. So I'm driving Donnie. Shit, I'm a little low. I just pull off on Hyperluxo. E85. Going to Miami, do the thing, check it out, pay for parking, do the thing, man. Come back. I'm like, let me just top off. Stop on the turnpike. Boom. Every turnpike plaza has ethanol on the Shell pump. I don't understand how people don't see it like I see it in South Florida. It is perfect. And then on the way back, it was Ferrari racing this guy and the Chargers. It was wild at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, seeing cars racing each other on 95. Crazy stuff. Good time. Thank you, Oscar Hernandez, for the $50. Appreciate you very much. Not many times do we get paid on the Peasant Chat because it is the Peasant Chat. But it says, shout out to all the peasants. Thank you so much. Sean King says, I'm in Illinois, currently have humidity. Currently, the humidity is ridiculous right now. Dad says, it's a Gen 5 Whipple 18 cent setup as it got at Lund Tuning 2022. My last suspicion was a lazy old upstream 02, but didn't want to throw parts at it. Can the widebands cause something like this? You'd see a code. You'd see an O2 code or something if it's starting to do that. Yeah, just send data logs, and if you're past your revision window, it might cost you $150 to extend it 6 months, but at least we can work with you to see what the deal is. Off topic, what do you think is a good asking price for 15 GT Premium Performance Pass Puerto Rican Special bolt-on, 81,000 miles, $20,000 if it's got nothing done to it? I could buy the Lund's black car right now for $20,000 with the turbo kit. Do you think Hulk Hogan and Chris Benoit will have a Hell in the Cell match in the afterlife? Well, Chris Benoit killed his family, right? And then himself. And Hulk Hogan said some weird shit. I don't know if you'd put him in the same sentence. Josh says, morning, Alex, just got a new job. I'm looking at Mustangs again. I'm looking to buy a Gen 2 RS3 or 14 GT500, build this 700 horsepower, chill RS3 by far. If you want comfort and more power potential, 13, 14 GT500 if you want the clout and a lot of torque. Any benefit to ethanol testing 80% versus 90? Not really. You just stress out the fuel system. Iowa's the same. Alex, I sent you a message through Instagram. I have a video of the noise I'm hearing through the catch can setup. Oh, here we go. Watch it be his dick. Here's the noise and hog. Watch it be my requests. Fuck. Is it my request? Oh, there you go. Ames. I guess I'll accept it. God damn it. Alex, this is the viewer. S650 was on your live watch, and you asked me to send you a photo of the catch can setup. There is no video. There is no video. I don't know what you're talking about. I see no video. Fuck me. I see no video. Dude, I see no video. There is no video there. You're a liar. You want to see? I'm trying to hide names in case people get stupid. Okay, here you go. There's no video. Nothing. Nada. So, yeah, whatever you got to do before the show ends, I might be able to help you out. But if you don't have it up there, there's nothing I can do. Closed at 11 in most places. Good thing you clarified it was the car, Donnie. Exactly. It's just a spick. I got 20,000 for mine with 40,000 miles with bolt-ons. Bro. You got 28 grand for a Gen 2 with 48,000 miles? Wild. The racetrack here tests 70%. Maybe yours will be better down there. I robbed the man then. You probably did. Going to just my Fox with a 10 or 80. First time going auto. What do you think about aftermarket converter? I would stay on the stock converter. On a Fox body, it's light enough and the gear ratio is going to be favorable. I wouldn't go crazy on a converter unless you think you need the car to launch better. Chase P says, I just checked the Hellion. The kits look nice. I can email Lund to see what turbo size. No. Yes, maybe. No. Tay speaks. You get with Hellion to size up your turbos, right? We're not gonna, well, you know, the efficiency island on a 74, 75. And typically you talk to Hellion about that. My goals are this. What turbos do you recommend? Then you get that on paper. Then you hit up Lund. Hey guys, Tay speaks here. I have a 2015 Mustang and I want to buy a Hellion kit. Or I have a S650 and I want to buy a Hellion kit. This is what they recommended for my power goals that are 850 to 1,000. My plan is to run a 4 Innovations fuel system, ID 1300s, twin 295s, full hot, and live in the 850 to 900 range. What do you think? That email makes our lives so much easier. Oh, you got your clear goals. Hellion recommended a turbo size. You know the injector. You know the fuel system. We think we can help you. He just wants to get in your DMs. He just wanted to say, Alex, accepted my message. I'll block him. I don't care. Some price from Africa. Some price? Did you mean Prince? Some price from Africa that's going to give $2 million. Did you mean Prince? Video didn't want to send unless you accepted the chat. Look again. Okay. Let's see what's going on with it. Let's look at this guy's shit together. Hey, yo. What's happening here? What should be his cock? Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know what the fuck's happening. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Is the check valve going the right way? Dude, what the fuck? Let me see if you reload. Hey, yo. Nothing. Fuck it. I don't care. Make sure the check valve's going the right way. There's a check valve in that catch can. Make sure it's going the right way. All the places you went to closed 3 or 4, but the legs were open all night. Not all night. Good time. Thanks. Mainly street driving. You got it, Saul. Aldo kits are better. I believe so. I don't know if Aldo is pushing out a lot of kits per se. I'd have to keep up. But every guy I've recommended an Aldo kit to did not regret the purchase. They were like, bro, this thing rolls the fuck out. Which would be better to build? Boosted setup, 15 to 17 or 18 to 23? What do you want to do? Are you roll racing? Are you drag racing? Are you on pump gas? I don't know what you're trying to do. You need to be very specific. Justin says, has an 11 and 14 PD blower H-pattern diaphragm clutch been faster than 870s? No. Well, PD blower? Boy, I don't think so. PD blower, H-pattern, diaphragm clutch. I don't think so. I don't think my car will go 870s. I think if the Illuminator survives and I throw a 200 shot in it, it'll probably go 899, you know? This guy sent a picture of a video. It looks like it. I'm just like, whatever, bro. Phantom, what transmission and what power level? What? Why do you not like On 3? Daybrook, come on, man. Tell me why you like it. It's cheap for a reason. I come from the industrial world. Everything is made with the utmost quality. And everything that is made with the utmost quality in terms of fitment, materials, thought process, lasts 80 years. I've been in power plants that have a steam turbine pump with a brass bushing. You know, it looks like a train with a bunch of valves. Have you ever seen a steam turbine pump? Here we go with my industrial bullshit. Here goes Unk. Here goes Unc telling us what a steam turbine pump is. Yeah, bro. Oh, my Lord. Memories of the way we used to be. La, 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 la. Of the way we were. This motherfucker right here, bro. This, instead of a motor driving this pump, this is a multi-stage pump. This thing's pressure is dumb shit. Probably an Ingersoll Rand. This looks like an Ingersoll Rand. And not an electric motor. A steam engine. A steam pump is turning a pump. So this is steam power. Probably 50 years old, humming. Bzzz. So when you make something of high quality that lasts a long time, I like it. When I see an on-3 kit, I see somebody that developed the kit for the common man that loves to do labor, because it is not a kit that fits well. It is not a kit that is made of high quality. It is cheap. And the reason it's called on 3 is because you got to put it on 3 times before it fits. It's a joke. But before you finally get it to fit properly, you got to put it on 3 times. Now, does it make power? Yes. Is it cheap Chinese shit? Also, yes. So, if you're going to install this kit and you don't mind a bunch of labor, go ahead, get it. But I am not going to sit here and tell you it is a good kit. I'm not stupid. Streetsby 707 had a yellow Z01. All of his cars were yellow. In fact, that tells you everything you need to know about him. All the kits are nice, but I just know someone who personally waited a long time for theirs. Quality is not there, but not sure about customer service. Understood. Fat House Jam Maker didn't have a diaphragm clutch when it had a blower. Or, oh well. I sent the video. Why would I be trolling? Alex, maybe try seeing the video through your phone. How about S650 viewer? You're a fucking member, so I guess I gotta watch it. How about you look at it through your phone? Bro, you got a vacuum leak. If that's not a vacuum leak, I don't know what is. Bro, take that thing off right now. Go to your car right now. Take it off and put the stock hose back in it. Then inspect the can to make sure the check valve is going the right way. Something tells me you got this installed fucked up. Listen to it. Dude, take that off right now. Go to your car. Please tell me you didn't throw away the stock hose. Put the stock hose back in it. Then inspect the can. Make sure the check valve is flowing in the right direction. There's an arrow on a check valve. It has to flow towards the manifold. So, take it off right now before you pop a fucking lip seal or something. Take it off right now. Ah, man. Like comparing Outback to Ruth Chris, steam turbine pump. Do you like trains? I don't care about trains. Got a little pen chat. Proper engineering lasts for decades. Not Chinesium. You install it on 3 times. Alex, Naked Gun musical vibes. El Tio Bicho, what's your favorite hate comment about the 01? Don't have one. Sounds good to me. Yeah, right. Now it's going to be his hog for sure asking to look on the phone, right? It sounds like a pressure cooker. Alex, watch my video. Please tell me there's not a single vented catch can. No, it's not vented. It's sealed, but it sounds like something is not sealed. Like an O-ring is sucking in air, a check valve is going the wrong direction, something is wrong. Sounds like a motherfucking blender. You done fucked up. Man, Alex got me crying over here, bro. Take that shit off right now. Car's gonna pop a lip seal. Just inspect it. Make sure there are no kinks on the O-ring, because that can that can unscrews. That can unscrews, and make sure that the O-ring is not kinked. Make sure the check valve is going in the right direction, or call UPR and go, hey, did I install this right? Sounds like some sloppy toppy. Put the carpet attachment. I bet he's missing the O-ring on the can. That's what I'm thinking. Sounds like he's grinding his teeth while sleeping. Filters must be all over the place because it's speed density? Probably not. But the car bought the car with it, no hose. You bought a car with a leaky catch can from the dealership? You bought a car with a leaky catch can from the dealership. Go back to the dealership, right? Or did you do a private sale? Oh my God, I love you. If it's a private sale, go what the fuck, or call UPR, or vent, find a plug, go to AutoZone, find a plug the manifold, vent that side to atmosphere. But the problem is the other side's sucking, brother. Just vent both sides and plug everything. Because right, you got to call you. I wouldn't drive that car long at all. You're probably gonna fuck something up. Troll Shirley sucking up your whole phone, right? Sus video about the flood DMs labeled vacuum leak. But Alex, I drove the car for 6 months like that. Stop it. I hope he did not drive the car long term like that. Someone clipped that hand motion. He had to get it used. A used car with a UPR catch can sounding like that, I wouldn't have bought it. Did the sound just start? Shouldn't they have all been vented the atmosphere? No. Okay. They have a 50-50 catch can set up that has these check valves in it that when the engine goes into boost, it vents the atmosphere. But when it's under vacuum, it recirculates. And I'm going to review that on the truck. It has one installed. He bought a ragged out second motor S650. The problem shouldn't be the other side sucking. Correct. So I think he has other issues. Oh my God, I went overtime. I'm out of here. Well, what I would do, sir, I would check that it was installed properly. Make sure the check valve is going in the right direction. Make sure there are no kinked O-rings. It is up to you to make it happen. Or whoever you bought it from, you should take it back and say, what the fuck is this issue? Because if you've been driving it like that for a long time, I want to make sure you don't hurt anything. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got a lot of shit to do today. I got to get the trailer. I got the Z01 on the trailer. I got to put the window up. I got a bunch of things to do. Because I'm going to be going to Lund Racing next week, so be on the lookout for videos from Lund Racing HQ, hanging out with the guys, talking about Grey Goose, Black Bean, the new S550 and S650, and then maybe talk to Ryan about the layout of the turbo kit. So that's going to be something to watch in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be a busy guy, so Patreon, I might be not super active on it, but I'll do my best to stay on top of things so that you guys don't think I'm just ditching. It's just extremely busy right now. Once the Z01 gets dropped off, I will breathe a sigh of relief and probably just push the Fairmont into that bay and start hammering away on the Fairmont because the projects seem to be coming together. Have a good rest of your Sunday. I will see you guys Tuesday night. I will be doing a live from Lund Racing HQ, so be on the lookout for that, and we'll hang out then. Have a good rest of your night or day, guys. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Bye.